Hey, good morning, folks. How y'all doing? Kanal here. Slight gap down in the markets, which is to be expected when we have these type of governmental news type of events. You tend to get kind of a drip, drip, drip lower. We're not getting any cascading effect yet. That could come, but right now it's just kind of a steady drip lower. The one thing about these gap downs is that they haven't had much follow through, and we have been seeing individual stocks break out. So we'll keep an eye on the price action. Last week the price action in the market for the leading stocks was still really well, and we were still seeing a lot of breakouts. So we'll need to watch that to make sure that the structure hasn't changed. But otherwise, let's take a look at the watch list. We'll have some longs and shorts, and we'll move from there. So RVLT, this one started to break out of its flag. On Friday, you could see a nice volume accumulation going on in this thing. This thing looks like it's probably going to make a run back to fives at some point. Whatever news or earnings came out was obviously very significant looking at the volume thrust. And I would expect this one to be in play for quite some time. CCIH, I'm on watch. I got this one on watch for a short. This one's up there basically, 50-60% or whatever the last few days. Look for another gap up, maybe hopefully a run to nines, and then we could short this thing. SCTY, this one finally broke out of a tight little coil on Friday. This one will be in play. This is one of the only solars that's really near its bottom, and so I expect people to kind of jump into this one if and when the solars go. UBNT, really nice pattern here. We've got essentially kind of a flat top breakout in the works. Watch this one on dips and things of that nature. I like the look of this one. Ruckus, we've got a range break here. We kind of keep testing this area, and we've got our 200-day moving average. If we can clear over it, this one should get a nice push. WLT, I never really make money trading this thing, but it does look pretty good right here. We've got basically just a triangle pattern that it's testing here. Triple test should go. FANG. This one really held up well here, so watch this one this coming week. VPHM broke its flag on Friday. Now we're testing its previous high. I expect some more upside in this bad boy. Shore, same thing. Broke its flag. Testing highs. Had a nice volume push on Friday. Look for more highs. Beat, another really strong stock. This stock's been in a huge trend. After a nice move on Thursday, we had a rest day on Friday, so if we take out Friday's high, we should make a run and kind of break this area. Trip, I think this one needs to pull back for a couple more days, but I'm really stalking this one for an entry. It's really held up well here in this 75 range. I anticipate if we can pull back for a couple days, we will take out these 80s. TRW, another stock, we've got kind of a triple test breakout. Friday was, it broke its range. I anticipate higher prices in that one. Pay, I got this on watch for a move over 24 for a base breakout. SBGI, these radio TV stocks have been super strong. This one looks like the best out of the bunch here. We've got a flag pattern that it's testing. I like this one a lot. DSX, been coiling up for a good month now, right? You got a wide range that's getting tighter and tighter. Look for that 1250 mark for it to break. AMAT. After its earnings, it's spent the last couple weeks consolidating. We're right at that sweet spot. Even with all this turmoil that's been going on, this one hasn't given anything back. I like the look of this one. As long as it kind of hold this level of support here, I do think that this one has a chance to go. Wage, another one. As long as it holds 50, this one's going to be in play. We got kind of a breakout pullback play. A move over this trend line should set it off. Blocks, another one that's coiling here for the last month right after its big earnings. It's just been tightening up its range, That 42.50 seems to be an area of interest. RPRX, after some big data that came out a couple weeks ago, we've pulled right back to support here, and if we can hold this area to 26, I think this one should make a run back to 28. Taser, this was a messy pullback, but this is a big momentum stock. If we got another kind of strong move downwards, maybe into the 13s, I think that a nice 3-day pullback in this would set up some type of relief bounce. I am worried about the volume selling on this, as it's been pretty intense. And so any bounce I play would be for more of just kind of an oversold relief bounce rather than a move back to highs, unless we just saw even mega volume come into that thing. And then KNDI held that 7 spot. This one's been a tricky one to trade. You know, we had this and it ran to, on Friday, it ran to 750s, and then out of nowhere, it freaking dumped to 715, and then boom, you know, next thing you know, it's back at 750. Go figure. As long as it holds 7, this one's in play, right? A nice sharp down move from 9 on fairly low volume. It's still oversold. I think that this one's got a chance. So that's it for now, guys. Tighten up your risk. You know, I was trading a little bit smaller in my position sizes last week. You know, if I was going to go 2,000 shares, I was doing 1,000 shares. You know, just tightening up my risk a little bit because the action is choppy. Your win percentages won't be the same if you had like a nice intraday trend in the S&P or something like that where you have the wind at your back. Right now we're popping up and then popping down and popping up and popping down, and so that's leading the moves to be a little bit more unpredictable. And so you can be in a stock and it looks great and then it'll dump out of nowhere, and that's kind of the market that we're in. And so you got to tighten up your risk a little bit and make sure that you live to fight another day and still eke out an income. One last stock that I did like, if the market does bounce, is this GoGo. You know, we've had a really nice pullback here. We're starting to build a level of support here. Let me see here. All right, so it looks like we put in a low over here. Keep an eye on this one. I like the look of this one also. All right, so that's it for now, guys. I will see you all in the chat room. Take care.